I just got back from the gym. Let's chat about this comment and seesawing. Now, this is not the first time I have ever gotten a comment about seesawing. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Normally, I just ignore it because, like you can see in a lot of the replies to this comment, I'm not seesawing. But I feel like there are two reasons why people talk about seesawing. One, like a few people said, it's a phrase that people learn. They don't understand what seesawing actually is and they run with it. Anytime they see someone's hands move, they think it's seesawing. And I think sometimes it does come from a genuine place of animal welfare. So let's talk about it. Seesawing is this action. Normally someone's hands are quite low as well, and it is a way to pull their head into a false contact. We want our horses to ride with a contact because it's actually good for their posture. Like us, like right now I'm sitting with a very bad posture. This is how I should carry myself. Exactly the same with our horses. It also allows them to travel better, move better, perform better. There is so much that goes into riding your horse in a proper frame. Straightness, balance, impulsion. And our reins are one of the ways that we control our horse's head and neck and their shoulders. You guys can go have a look at the video of me on Swayze, but I'm going to talk through what I'm doing in that moment. So when I'm cantering on my horse, my elbows go like this. I go with the natural movement of the horse. If I was to keep my hands like this, every time my horse's head moves like this, I would grab him in the mouth. Now, as I was going with my horse with my outside elbow, I started to use my inside rein. I was on a 20-meter circle, so as I wanted to keep the outside of his body traveling around the circle, I didn't want him to fall out with his shoulder like this. I had to keep that contact consistent here, so I'm using that rein as a door so that doesn't happen. At the same time, I need his head and neck to tilt like this so that his rib can start to soften as that shoulder comes around. For me to do that, I ask a little bit with my inside rein. I tip my head and neck, my inside leg comes on, the outside aids there are acting as a wall, and my horse gets this softness through the inside of his body whilst maintaining the posture on the outside of his body. What that looks like in my hands is this with the outside elbow, this a little with the inside. So see how it looks like we are getting that seesaw motion. We're not. And if you look in the trot, the reason I'm not seesawing in the trot is because instead of my elbows moving like this with his movement, my hands actually move like this. So then this is like trying to rub my head and like pat my belly. But as this hand is going like this and going with the natural motion of the trot, this one comes a little like this. So there's two different motions going on. So I can understand why this can look like seesawing, but that is why I think it's really, really important to educate yourself on what seesawing actually is and what it looks like. If your thing is just being an internet trainer and you want to be that person that's always commenting on someone's heels or someone's hands, go for it. But for those that genuinely want to learn and educate themselves, there is a difference between using your reins and using your aids to help your horse travel in the way they're supposed to be traveling and keeping them straight and balanced, especially when, like I do, ride on a very uneven surface where it's really important that they're shifting their weight correctly with that. The last thing I want